Attention passengers, the Wonky Theology space station is now experiencing a minor doctrinal malfunction. Please remain calm. Theology may shift without warning. Welcome aboard.
I know. I am notorious for planning the worst vacations. Anybody who knows me knows that this is my thing. Now, when it comes to food, I got you. I could plan the best reservations and the food always hits really good. But when it comes to hotels or the overall vibe of what we're gonna be doing, it's always a disaster. So when I found out about a year ago that there was a Wonky Theology space station, naturally, I had to do it, because this could be my redemption. This could be what makes me finally back at the top when it comes to vacation planning. So I took my friends and family and we just went for it. At the Wonky Theology space station, they take what we know theologically on Earth and reinterpret Bible stories in a non-earthly way, let's just say that. And I found that very interesting, and I'm all for that. So we decided we were gonna go. However, when we got there, things got a little crazy. That's an understatement, by the way. Just remember that for later. And I'm all about taking pictures. So when we got there, it started just like any other vacation would. You check in, you go to your hotel, and then you go around and you start looking for whatever excursion you're wanting to start. So we're really big on selfies. So right here, we can see a photo of me and my husband and his parents. We decided that we wanted to start from the beginning. So we started in Genesis with the Eden Sector Genesis Dome, which is their interpretation of the Garden of Eden. You know, they say that a picture tells 1,000 words, but unfortunately that's not necessarily true in this case, because every single time we took a picture, something crazy happened immediately after. And I've been telling the story to so many people over this past year and no one believed me. However, we finally got access to the security footage. So every single time something happened, I can finally show you what happened immediately after each photo. So let's go ahead and roll the first clip.
Unauthorized theological snacking detected.
Wow. That was intense. And it wasn't really a great start to the vacation, but you know, whenever you start a vacation, you have time. There's time to get into it and to just kind of acclimate to the culture, right? So that's what we were attempting to do. It was the start. I was not ready to admit defeat just yet. So not long after that, my husband, Kevin, and my son, Aiden, decided that they wanted to go around and look at all the different saints and biblical characters in a museum they had statues for. I'm not exactly sure what character that's supposed to be. But again, they're not from here. This is their interpretation of scripture. So let's just give them a break in case. We took this photo. Immediately afterwards, something happened. I'm not exactly sure how to explain it, so I'm just gonna roll the clip. Wow, that was intense. You know, legend has it that they floated out into space indefinitely, never to be seen or heard from again. But I am so happy to announce that they made it back safely. Kevin and Aiden are actually in the building today. Let's give them a round of applause for making it back safely. What a journey. Yep. So, you know, not long after that, my dad and I, we decided to just roam the corridors, try to find an excursion that we wanted to go on. I don't think I need to tell you that what happened next was great, but I'll just go ahead and show you. Wow. That was intense. I'm not sure why me and my dad started fighting each other at one point. I think we just got really caught up in the moment because it was a little crazy. But we did pull through at the end, right? I guess. So it wasn't long after that we're like, okay, let's split up. I'm not admitting defeat. This is going to be the best vacation we've ever been on. And I will make sure of that. So I went off on my own, and my dad went off on his own, and he went with his wife, Ashley, to go see their interpretation of Jonah's whale. This is a beautiful photo. You can't see this anywhere else. Unfortunately, you can't see what happened next anywhere else either, so I think I'm just going to show you that.
Welcome to Jonah's whale. Please take a number. Now serving number 7. Please immediate evacuation. Please proceed into the nearest available hole. Your appointment has been rescheduled. Thank you for choosing Jonah.
Wow. That was intense. It wasn't too much longer after that I was like, okay, all right, okay, maybe it's getting a little, maybe we didn't make the right choice, but I am stubborn, yeah? So I was like, let's just keep going. So I went with my mother to go see the Noah's Ark excursion, Noah's Ark in Space. That's a movie title. So, we're looking at it and we're just like, this is absolutely beautiful. Can't see it anywhere else. I'm not even just roll, but we're just gonna roll the clip. You already know what I'm about to say, so just say it with me. Wow. That was intense. Yeah. I know. I'm very aware. And as you can see when that was going on, I don't know why the mutant animals decided to just take all of our goods and services. I had just gotten there not long before that. I didn't have a chance to go to the vending machine to see what I really wanted to get. I really wanted to try the snacks they had. I mean, where else can I get the biblically accurate angel food cakes? Where else can I get that? Divinely light, masterfully multi-eyed. It's great. But what about the Holy Ghost pepper chips? Blessed by fire, over 1 million Scoville holy units. That's spicy. Very spicy. The one that I was most excited to try, and I'm so upset that I didn't get it. It was the original cinnamon rolls. Temptation never tasted so good. Unfortunately, I'm never going to get the opportunity to be tempted. And that's very upsetting. So anyway, at this point, everything's going wrong, and I know it. I know. But I'm not going to admit it. Because I'm what? Stubborn. And I'm going to keep making sure that this is the best vacation ever. So I go off with my friends, and we're going to go to the Tower of Babel excursion. Ooh, I know. But I don't think we told the alien liaison we went with that's where we wanted to go, because as you can see in this photograph, he took us and he was like riding us around, and I told him that that's where we wanted to go, but he had some terrible news for me. So let's go ahead and look at what happened.
Next stop is the Tower of Babel. No, we shut that attraction down. Why?
Attention guests, please remain close. Demon and say a
Attention guests.
please remain for Washington, banana and
That is why.
Wow. That was intense, right? And there are a few people, like they go easy around me. Like my parents, my husband, they go a little bit easier on me, but the people in my life that are harder on me when it comes to vacations, those guys right there. Look at the bald head right there. Daniel and Michelle, they are the ones that have very explicitly said every single time that we go on a vacation that I should not be involved with anything other than food. Okay, so, I had a lot to prove. So I thought it would be cute to take Daniel to the Daniel and the Lion's Den excursion. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but, I thought maybe it could be a little bit better, because, we had Pastor Shannon come with us as well there. And that's exactly why she's not here today, because she's traumatized and didn't want to relive it. So we'll just roll the clip, and then she can tell you about her adventure from that later.
Attention guests, Daniel is now officially inside the lion's den.
Wow, that was intense. So after that happened, we needed a breather. And so I thought, I'm also super close with Daniel's wife, Michelle. So let's have this kind of like a girls' day, with just a lady and her gay best friend, let's go out. Let's figure out what we're gonna do. So we went over to the Joseph and the Coat of Many Colors on display, and you can see we're having a great time. I'm thinking, maybe things will change, maybe things will get better. But this is my last chance, because I know if I can't impress Michelle, the vacation is over, right? Yeah? So let's see what happened there.
Michelle, blend in, act natural.
Greg, no more vacations!
Wow. That was intense. Yeah. And since I didn't have, she said it. Greg, no more vacations, and I knew it was over. So it was time to go home. Unfortunately, in order to leave prematurely, you have to get through their interpretation of Goliath, and that's a problem because you can see how big he is over there. And I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do it, but I know the Bible enough to know how they defeated Goliath the first time, so I thought we'd try it again. Did we succeed? I guess we'll just have to watch and find out.
You think one tiny stone can stop me?
Greg, faith first, aim second.
Preferably both.
Big ego, small target.
That seems doctrinally unfair.
Wonky!
Attention guests, the animal ministry has become unsupervised.
Escape pod, everybody move! Not today, Leviticus!
Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away.
Station status, passed away.
So, same time next year?
How much longer do we have to deal with this? I'm bored and confused.
Just put your headphones on, you'll be fine. Your dad better have a good explanation for all of this.
It's not real. What? Are you surprised? Well, it isn't real, and that's the interesting thing about this whole conversation is that none of it happened. There is no space station. There's no whale. There's no mutant animals in space that I know of anyway. I made it all up, and I used AI to help me assist in telling this story. But I also want to tell you something that you might not have noticed. Every single version of myself that you saw was a little different. Maybe I might have been a little bit more muscular in one, my voice was deeper in another, and overall more masculine in some. I wanted to become something that I wasn't, so I used this. And I think we all do this some extent. We did it before AI, we do it during, and we'll do it after. But it wasn't this technology that taught me how to do this. It was at church. I was told that I couldn't be who I was, that I needed to be different, that I was required to be different, or I would end up in hell. So I tried to change my voice. I tried to change my demeanor. I tried to change everything about who I was. Because I didn't want that. I didn't want to go to hell, and I didn't want to end up as some thing on the Wonky Theology space station. I was a child, and I was told that I was broken, wrong, and hell-bound. And similar to how we try to generate better versions of ourselves using technology, people have been trying to generate a better version of me since the day I was born. The ark only takes the correct pair. I learned that rule before I even learned how to read. I just didn't have mutant animals to blame it on. I had a room, and it was a room that looked a lot like this one. And here's the thing about the Wonky Theology space station. The whale, the saints, all of it, I was only able to build it because with every passing year, AI gets better and better at giving us a representation of something that feels real and feels authentic, but isn't. And the same can be said about Wonky Theology. Both of them can hand you a better version of reality with total confidence, and neither of those things asks if it is kind or if it's real. The difference is I can turn the AI off. I'm still working on the church part of that, though. This conversation is me doing that out loud. And this room that I mentioned looks a lot like the one that started this trauma to begin with, but it's also the one that is helping me heal it today. This is me. Without the AI, this is my family. 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 And even people that I haven't known that long, just like for maybe a year, it's also my family. All of you guys are my family. And maybe even somebody that I was married to once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away that I have a child with now, still family. Even those in our lives who are no longer with us, but passed on to the other side, still family. Still family. This is my family. We are all family. And it's real and tangible. Not something that you can just type into a prompt and generate every time you're in a different mood of what version of yourself you want to be today. This is me, the real me. And while I still struggle with the temptation of allowing technology or wonky theology control how I navigate my own God-given self-worth and autonomy, I know that the most important thing that I can do is to continuously seek something that is abundantly more real and more human. I will now ask Sharon Harris to come up here and close us in prayer. Thank you.